All right, we are getting ready to start. Let's see. Right now, I'm just testing everything out. How do I want to situate this? I might do a little bit. Alright, looks like the chat is working. Alright, let's see if everything is up and running. Alright, we are ready to go. Let me just get my microphone ready. Alright, welcome to Daytona, the first race of the Owner Series. We are here with ARCA. So we have first race of the Owner Series. Welcome. Hopefully everybody enjoys this series, as well as the owners. If you'd like to be a part of this league, definitely let me know. Hopefully the ticker above is working correctly. Right now no time is being recorded yet, but we will see. Let's see. Hopefully chat is working and up and running. We'll see. All right, so we are at Daytona. So here are the qualifying. Everybody was pretty close in qualifying. It looks like it was only about a 0.3 seconds, with Danielson being first place. Green, which is an Owner Series car, in second place. Boston, Pitch, Powell. That is the top 5. So we'll definitely keep an eye on those 5 to see if they are going to be able to keep up. So we'll go ahead and continue here and see if we can get started.
Driver.
Let's go ahead and TV1. Go ahead, expand, and get ready for the green flag. As you can see, Walker Sr. in the 3 car, Pitch is in the 6 car, and Green is in the 42 car. It looks like we will have to flip around his number. But here we go. They are exiting turn 1 of the pace half lap, and we are getting ready to go green. Hopefully everybody can hear me, and pull up chat in my phone. And pace car is in. And green flag. That looks like the 40 jumping to an early lead. He's able to get past green very quickly. Looks like Pitch. Is he going to slide down, or is he going to continue to help the other? Oh, it doesn't look like. Nope, he is dropping down to pass the 42. As looks like the 40 has hopped up. See if he's going to help out the 42 at all. But it was like 42 is going to have the speed, but Pitch looks like he is jumping down 3 wide for the lead. We'll see as the 8 is helping Pitch get past. Is he going to be able to get past the 6 before, or the 25 before the start of finish? Looks like, yeah, Pitch led the first lap, as we see huge groupings all the way back. As Pitch still has not been able to fully complete that pass of the 25. Looks like he may be able to this time by. It really depends on if 25 is going to be able to get a run on there. And still not able to pass the 25 fully, as looks like the 8 is going to have some trouble, as the 44 is coming down low, and he's going to try and go for the lead. It looks like, yeah, Pitch in the 6 is really having a hard time keeping back the 825, which has left open a huge window for the 44. It looks like 44 is now on the inside, which is one of the better positions to be. Because we will see if either 44 or the 6 is going to be able to fully complete the pass and basically be able to hold off anybody. It looks like the 4 is on the inside of the 44. It looks like looks like there is a wreck in the back. Looks like there was a few people getting out or got out of line a little bit, so caution is out. As we see, looks like maybe Pitch was able to lead that or be able to go past the line. As we see a few of the cars that did get into it, look like too many cars or too much damage on any of the cars. But as we scroll up to see, looks like Pitch was able to cross the line for first. Okay, let's go ahead and pause the race and rewind to see what is going on or what happened to cause that caution flag. Ooh, who ended up flying downwards? Not sure who that was. You're like, is that the 23? Let's see what happens to the 23. Looks like there was a little bit of checkup going, and I'm not sure if somebody got into the back of him, but he ends up losing it, flies down into the inside, which I think is going to end up keeping him out of the main accident. As yeah, it looks like most of it stopped by the time he came around, but he's still sliding, trying to get back into the track, which looks like he was able to. So we can rewind and see what happened to the 99. As we could take a look at the roof and full speed to see what happens. Yeah, it looks like somebody gets into the back of him, the 99 of Graham. He was able to save it, it looks like, but there was a few things going on. So we can... We're going to see what default is in the 46. It looks like the one or too much damage for the most part stay out of the wall. It looks like default was tap the wall a little bit, but it looks like everybody was able to stay off the wall, which is definitely good, as I don't believe anybody will have to leave the track, which is definitely a good thing. Back here and go ahead and fast forward back to the lead, or back to where we are. So yeah, I don't really see him. It looks like the 99 has a little bit of damage on the side where it looks like a tire of opponent's hit into him, but it doesn't look like too much damage. Yeah, it doesn't look like too much damage on anybody, maybe just a little bit of minor damage. So looks like everybody will be able to drive away from this. We're not sure what's going on with the 20. It doesn't look like he was in that crash, but he is going into the pits. We'll have to keep an eye on him to see if there is something wrong with Wayne King. So we will keep an eye on him, as we probably will see a few cars. Yeah, most of the cars that end up getting spinning. It looks like 48 does have a little bit of side damage on him. We'll see what the pits are able to do. Looks like the 20 of King is already back out onto the track. So it looks like maybe there are just some issues maybe with his tires. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on him, as he is going to be very far back. As we scroll up to the pace car, so it looks like we still have at least one more lap to go on this pace car, or pace lap. So it looks like we had our first caution of the day. So it does happen, but it looks like most people were able to stay out of that crash, and most of it was just people spinning out, but they were able to get it. So we are on lap 5 of 40 today. As we see the leader pitch one of the owner league cars in the black number 6. So yes, this is the owner league, where basically people can come in, join as an owner, take over a car, and basically sign sponsors, sign or drivers, be able to upgrade their cars, and be able to move from, you know, ARCA to truck to Xfinity series, as well as up to all the way up to the Cup series. So definitely join the Discord if you are interested in joining the league. There's still plenty of spaces available. I mean, each team has the ability to have at least up to 4 cars per series, as long as they, you know, have open cars and are able to purchase some drivers. So this is the first race of this series. So we will be we will be basically continuing this. It's about it's a 20 race main series, or main our regular season, with 5 races in the playoffs. So there'll be 20 races, and then the top 10 will make a 4 race championship, and basically the winner of those will be the champion. And then there will be a 5th race, which is basically an all-star event. It'll be basically an all-star event for for the player cars. So right now I think there are 5 or 6 player cars right now. I think we had a 6th one join today, but they were not able to get their car in to this race before the race started. So they will be joining probably in a future race. So right now we are on a caution, as there were a few cars involved in a small altercation where basically 3 or 4 cars got spun out, but everybody really was able to stay out of the wall, and there was very light damage done. We also had the 20 who was in the up position of Wayne King. He, for some reason, came into the pits during that pit stop, so we're not 100% sure why he came into the pits, but we will definitely keep an eye on him, as he is now all the way in the back. I believe he has a pretty decent car, so we will have to keep an eye on him. As we scroll back, I believe this should be the last caution flag, or the last lap of this caution. As you can see, the marks on the pavement from the crash. So it looks like maybe one car did end up getting into the wall, but it was a very light hit. So as we take a look, we can go ahead and take a look at some of the player cars. So we do have the pitch car currently in the lead as part of Pitch Motorsports. He is right now leading the lap, or leading. So he's led a few laps. Scroll back to see who is the next player car, which is Elon Green. Looks like he has some back damage, but he is racing very well in this race. I think he qualified 3rd or 4th, so he has a black. as they go back under green. Pitch gets a great start as he just pulls far away from the second place 44. So definitely a great run, or a great start from him. It looks like the 4 is now jumping on the inside of the 44. It looks to see if there's any team ups to try to catch that number 6 car, which looks like is maybe the car to beat, depending on how well he runs this lap. Though it looks like they are linking up to catch him pretty quickly. As yes, the 4 has caught him and has ended up passing him because the 4 has a great drafting partner in basically 4 cars. It looks like Pitch just finally was able to get some partners with the 44 and the 25. So it does not look like that was enough as he continues to fall back. It looks like number 8 now is going for the lead against the number 4. We will see how well he's able to pass him. It looks like 77 and 24. It looks like they are going to help push the 8 past the 4. As looks like the 8 is starting to slide up the track at the end of that corner, which is leaving a ton of room for the 77. As it looks like they're just going in a circle here. We look at the 77, seeing if he can get past the team of the number 8 and 4. As they enter in the corner, we'll see if the 24 ends up trying to pass the 77, or if he's going to get behind him and help push him past that number 8 car. As this front pack is just 3 wide, partially the way back, which is definitely something that you see a lot in Daytona, but this is a very fast track. I think we're going 230 right now. So this is not a restrictor plate race here in ARCA, as cars are really booking it down these tracks. As we take a look at some of the back cars, so maybe some damage on these cars that we may not have seen earlier. They have for the most part lost the draft, and they're just falling behind, as the main group really is just a huge pack. So really, hopefully nobody makes any mistakes, because if somebody makes a mistake in the front of this pack, there's really nowhere for anybody to go, especially at the speeds these guys are going, as there's multiple 3 wide all the way back. As it looks like the 77 has ended up passing the 8, but now he's left the room for looks like the 68 and the 54 team is going to try to pass the 24, who really has no help at all, as the 24 right now is just stuck in no man's land in the middle. Really hope he doesn't make any mistakes. It looks like the 68 may have led that lap. It was very close, so we'll have to definitely keep an eye on the lap leaders. As it looks like, yeah, the 54 now is getting on the inside of the 68. As they come by, the 68 just was not able to really get any space between him and the pack. As the 54 now is starting to slide up as well. It looks like they're just not being able to stay down onto the apron of any of these corners. As soon as they get any space between them and in front, they just start sliding up the track. As we were basically 3 wide, and it looks like 4 wide, about 3 lanes back. As there looked like maybe a tiny bit of touching for the lead. At least everybody was able to keep up with, or keep themselves out of the wall. As it looks like we have a 4 wide, or a little bit further back, which is really taking up almost the entire track. I mean, it's hit 54. The leaders are just crashing. It's somebody is on the hood. The 98 is on the hood. The 9 is flipping, and there goes the 98. The racer stopped, and here comes a few cars just barreling in. There's just no, they were not slowing down at all. As there are multiple cars, yeah, a lot of cars are going to be out of this race. Oh my goodness. As they're still sometimes hitting each other. As we see, looks like some damage to Walker Sr. He was leading, and Pitch, Pitch looks like he is out. He has engine trouble. As we can see, the Prider of number 2 has heavy damage. Now, King doesn't look like King is not able to keep speed for some reason. It doesn't look like he has too much damage on him, but we'll have to keep an eye on him. As a 5 has some heavy front damage. 72 has some back damage. The 77 looks like the 15 may have a little bit of damage, but for the most part looks like he's okay. The 44 looks like he has some damage, and tons of cars in the pits as that crash just takes out almost all the field. There's nobody behind. Yeah, there is nobody behind the pace car right now. Yeah, this is 46 to 6. All right, let's go ahead. Pause this and let's take a look at that just massive crash. I mean, that's at least what, that's at least three quarters of the field. Just, there's one thing about these close races. Look at it, 4 wide. I mean, there's bound to something to happen. It looks like, yeah, it happened right there with the leader. I think the 68. Yeah, the 68 and the 54 just gets into it, slams against the wall, and really just collects everybody. Looks like this front part leader, one of the few that actually got through it, as the 68 comes up and basically in front of all of these other drivers that would have gotten through it. But yeah, you see cars flipping. There's a 12 going over the 3 of Walker Sr., who's having a decent race, as multiple cars flipping over. Yeah, the 12 is just, this was definitely the big one, as they are still crashing in front. As you can see, the cars from the back end really are not even slowing down. I'm not sure if there were some issues with the spotters, but let's go ahead and rewind and go ahead and see what Gallagher sees. We watch him real time. Looks like he's able to try to get through, and the car is right in front of him. There's just nowhere for him to go. And he sees cars start flipping over as he's still trying to get through, and yet somebody comes up and just smashes him in the back, and that's it. There was nowhere for him to go. As let's take a cockpit view of Walker Sr. and see what he sees. Everybody thinks that they're able to get through, and the car just comes straight up into him. As he starts going over, he's going to stay on his wheels as he starts slowing down. And it ends up getting smashed in the back from a few cars that just did not have time to slow down. As we can see, the 54, yeah, the 54 comes in really at the end. So he's able to slow down a little bit, try to find a place to go, but when the car just comes in and just smashes into him, and then it's basically over and over and over for him, as he keeps going over and over. As we have the first big one of Daytona, as we catch up to the live view. Let's go ahead and continue. As we take a look at multiple cars, tons of damage. 22 massive damage on the side. Looks like the 98. The 5 has tons of damage on the front. The 23 looks like they're trying to fix up the damage on his front and side. 48, the 7 I think went over a few times. 98, the 9 I know I went over. Tons of damage. Yeah, it looks like the 12 may be done for the day. Looks like there are tons of cars still in the pits, as we see a few cars that are coming back in, trying to see exactly where they cross the finish line, to see where they end up where they are going to end up going. But it looks like we are set there. As we can take a look, it looks like there are multiple cars that have already pulled out of this race. Like Hughes, Tana Dufault, looks like Rose, Boston, Gearhart, Pitch, Burton, Prater, Danielson, what is it? Udovovic. I'm gonna butcher some of these names. Bailey Jr. are all out right now, with multiple probably going to end up pulling out again, as multiple of these cars that are here are right now just trying to fix themselves. So it looks like Walker Sr. is able to get back out, though he has some heavy damage as well. So we'll definitely have to see who's able to, you know, get back into this race. As it looks like it was what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10. So we'll definitely see, as multiple cars are still in the pits, as we'll see some of these guys either get back on the track, or they will end up pulling out once they realize there's nothing they can really do on getting their car back. We'll see in a couple of laps, as they are still cleaning this track. So definitely a big one today at Daytona. As we can see, still tons of cars are just trying to fix themselves to get back into this race. As we see, you know, heavy damage by Walker Sr. We'll definitely have to check out to see if he's able to keep up with that major body damage. As we take a look, I mean, he is in 13th place, which means there's what, maybe 13 cars that did not that are not still sitting in the pits. As we take a look at the more cars and yeah, almost every car back here has ended up pulling out, as basically it looks like there's 13 maybe. No, there's 13, 14. Looks like there's 14 cars right now that have not pulled out of the race. So yeah, on lap probably about 15, the big one at Daytona happens and takes out all but 15 cars. That was crazy. Do we take a look? It looks like Green was able to stay out of that wreck. Wayne King, who had that earlier issue, he's now in 7th place, but maybe he's being so far back from that start of that crash ended up helping him out. And then as we scroll back, and I believe, yep, Walker Sr. now is the last car, or last placed car, I believe on the lead lap, as well as depending on if Heschert the third is able to get back out onto the track. So he was at least able to get back on the track. So since he was able to get back on the track, he ended up passing like 20 cars. So now he's up to the 13th. So Walker Sr. definitely going to do very well just by being able to get back onto the track. As we see Campbell right now leading, he was definitely able to stay out of that wreck, as well as the 24 who has been in the lead a few times this race already, with the 55 and 4 who have all been near the front. So I think these this group was the only group that was really able to come out unscathed on that just huge wreck. As we are coming down to catch the green flag, we are lap 18 coming to 19 of 40. So we'll definitely see if these cars are able to stay clean the rest of the way. There are definitely a lot less cars now. So the possibility of staying clean without any of the yellows is definitely a good possibility as the 54 takes the green flag. Did not get the greatest run as the 24 just right on his tail. And it looks like the 4 and 55 are now battling it out for third place, as the 52 and 24 may end up just linking together and pulling away from everybody. But it looks like the 55, 4, and 42 end up seeing what was happening and are going to link together. With the 55 gets a huge run into that turn as he's able to pass the 24 very easily and is able to get past the 52. There is a car going into the pits. Not sure if there's an issue with tires or maybe some issues from that crash, but we see the basically top three are now pulling far away. As it looks like the 55 was able to pass the 24, though the 52 was able to hold back the 55 on that huge run it got into the corner. As the 52 now is actually just pulling away. Oh, looks like Heschert was able to get back onto the track. It looks like Walker's back into the pits, as well as Larson. As we come back through to see the top three still fighting it out, which is definitely giving looks like Wayne King, the 20, time to move up and catch them. So we'll see if he's able to stay, but he is starting to get really high, maybe getting into those marbles at the top of the track, and those are definitely not something you want to get into because those can send you straight into the wall, which we have seen previous Daytonas. Though it looks like he is going on the inside, taking advantage of the battle for first. As he's coming around, I'm not sure, is he going to link up with the 55? It looks like he is, which is going to push the 55 past the 52. We'll see if the 53 or the 55 is able to pull King along, but that's really if only if King decides he wants to stay with him, which he has decided not to, as Wayne King is trying to take the lead here on the backstretch. And it looks like the 24 has linked up with the 20, so it looks like the 50s versus the 20s. We'll see who gets the better deal. This, it really will depend on who hits this lap car first. As it looks like this lap car, the 77, I believe, is really going slow. Looks like King is able to get past the 55 with the help of the 24. And looks like, yeah, he is able to pass the 77 very quickly as the 55 and the 52 gets caught up a little bit behind the 77, which is not going to make them too happy. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on the 77 as he's starting to go back, though there really are not that many cars left anymore. As we see Walker Sr., he is as well, he is off the beaten path as well. As we see, Walker Sr. is in, 13th place, 1 lap down. As right now, King is really just leading this race. As we see a battle for second between the 55 and 24, the Unzicker and Colin. We will definitely see who is able to get past who, as they are starting to catch up to King. And the 52 gets a great run off out of that corner, which is battling for the 20 against the number 22 or 24. And we'll see if Walker gets it. Walker gets out of the way of, well, actually he doesn't get out of the way, everybody just shoots past him. Yeah, Walker Sr. is really going really slow. Definitely needed to get out of the way, but it doesn't look like he did, and that may cause an issue later on if the leaders end up catching him again, because it looks like the leaders really are staying in the pack, as we are on lap 25 of 40. As King looks like he is starting to get some, yeah, he is getting some attention from the 52. As I think King did lead another lap. It looks like Green falling pretty far back. I think he was in 4th place on the restart. Okay. So it looks like, again, the 50s and 20s are linking up with drafting partners. And see if the 50s can push past King, which I think they are going to be able to push past King, as King really is alone. But here comes the 55 trying to, I don't know what he's trying to, he's just trying to go 3 wide for the lead, which is not good. As you can see, he just gets left behind. You see the leaders are coming up to another lapped car. We will see if that lapped car gets out of the way. He really doesn't. He's right in the way of the 24. It's the 20 and 52. Yeah, that really took out, yeah, that took a lot of steam off the 20 and the 24, which is giving the 50s, which is Campbell 52, the lead by a pretty good margin. That may actually take the 24 out, depending on if there goes the 52 trying to pass the 50, or the 50, or there's a 55 trying to pass the 52. This may give the 24 what he needs to catch back up. We'll see if King is going to end up helping the 52 out, or if the 52 jumps down to start drafting with the 55, which it doesn't look like. It looks like the 52 is just bent on holding back the 20 of King, as we are going to lap 29. As we take a look at some of the other cars, there are a few. The 44 looks like he is way off pace. Not sure what's going on with him. As we see Green, who is in 5th place, battling it out with the 80s. Well, I think the Green is now in 6th place. As 80 is just able to go past Green, though Green is not going to let that go without a fight. That 5th position. As they're coming around, take lap number 30. We'll go ahead and take a look at the leaders. Looks like King is still in the lead, able to lead even more laps right now. Looks like there's not too much going on with the leaders right now. Looks like they are just trying to get towards the end of the race and then make the moves. It looks like 24 now has decided to go on the inside of the 55, and the 55 has decided to go on the outside of the 20. The 20 shuts the door quickly on the 55, though the 24 looks like he's probably going to be looking for the 20's help. So 52 is just pushing the 24. And there he goes on the inside of the 24. He may have tapped him a slightly bit just to make a little bit of room. Yeah, so the 24 did slide up a little bit quickly. as it looks like the 52 really does not have any help, so he may not be able to get past the 24 fully, even with the inside lane. Let's see what the 20 of King does, see if he helps out the 55 or if he just tries to drive away from those two battling it out. As we take a look, it's like Walker Sr. is pretty far back. So I think he's the next car that these drivers are going to catch up to. It looks like they have a ways to go before they catch up to them, or catch up to him. So it looks like we'll have to worry about him for a little while. Yeah, it looks like the battle for third is still probably the best race going on. I mean, there's really only 15 cars left after the big one that took out like 25 cars. It was a huge wreck. Definitely good to go look back and see that wreck, as it was just massive. As we see the 52 and 55 catch the 20 King, though the 55 now is trying to pass the 52. We'll definitely see if that run is able to get him beside King. Looks like he'll be able to get past the 52, at least in the corner. It depends on the run that 52 gets on this outside lane, which doesn't look like it is the greatest lane right now on this track. As we have 24 now is trying to get on the inside of 55, as right now the 20 of King in the lead is really just leading. Has not had that much trouble once he was able to get fully past this small group of cars. And it's basically been just ring around the rosy for these three cars, as each one is taking turns being in second place trying to catch up to the 20. And basically as soon as they catch up to the 20, the car behind him jumps out of the draft and tries to pass him, which ends up letting the 20 pull away a little bit, as whoever has the inside lane is able to pull farther away. As that looks like one of the first times that the outside lane has actually held off the inside lane. So it looks like it was probably with the help of the 20, as he ended up running a little bit higher than he normally runs. As they take lap 36, as they have finally caught up to Walker Sr. We'll definitely see, does he get out of the way? Nope, he's still just staying in the way, almost touches King in the 20, as the 55 now is kind of stuck behind him. As it looks like they went 3 wide just to try to get past him, which takes the 55 just had to slow down, which caused him to be completely off the pace. As we'll see, does the 44 is not getting out of the way of the 20, of the 55 actually, as the 20 and the 24 now just pull away from the 55. We'll see if the 55 is able to catch back up, but it looks like with only a few laps remaining, that may have ended his chances of having a top 3 position. We will definitely keep an eye on him, but he has no partners to draft with after getting held up by those 2 lap cars. But yeah, we have King right now leading. I believe he's led probably the most laps, though. Oh, look at this. He is going in the pits on lap 37 along with 55. I'm not sure if there's any issues or he just needs to take a pit. But now the lead is basically just 55 and 24. We'll definitely see, as there's only about 2 laps remaining. We take a look, it looks like there are a few leaders in the pits. Looks like they're maybe just taking a couple of tires and a little bit of gas, but they are pitting. Not sure why, as the 24 and 52 are now battling for first place. It does not look like they are going to take a pit stop. I really hope the the computer does not screw up and decide to take a pit stop on the last lap for these guys. And right now they are battling it out side by side to see who wins. Right now Campbell versus, what is it? Yeah, Campbell versus Unzicker. So the 52 of, no, okay, so 24 is Unzicker and the 52 of Campbell, as they are just side by side on these last few laps, as nobody's able to get even an inch, as the 24 looks like he is leading this lap, the final lap, as Campbell does catch back up and is right beside him. If nobody's able to get a run, this could be a very close race, as 24 has been able to pass him, but it looks like the outside lane does get a run out of that corner, as he is not, as the 24 is not able to get fully past the 52. So we see them entering into the last corner. Looks like the 24 did get a run in that corner. We'll see if the 52 gets a run. It looks like he does, but it looks like the 24 is going to win the Daytona Race 1 ARCA. As we scroll back to see, it looks like the 80. Yeah, we'll definitely have to see who finishes where, as there are multiple cars that are in random positions right now. As these two cars right now, the 5th and 4th, I really don't think that they took the pits, which I think ended up dropping them farther back. We'll have to see the final standings after this race to see exactly where they finish. As looks like the 52 Campbell, I'm not sure if there's something happened with these two. Let's go ahead and take a look a little bit. Rewind, is not sure why they are in the grass right now. Looks like maybe they just slowed down. Yeah, it looks like after the race they just slowed down and are in the grass kicking up dirt. So it doesn't look like there was any extracurriculars after the race, which sometimes happens. I have seen cars spinning each other. Yeah, it looks like they're just running in the grass, kicking up a little bit of dirt. Yeah, and so no extracurriculars, as the race is complete. As we take a look at the lead, so it looks like Unzicker in 24 wins, Campbell ends up finishing 2nd, Powell 3rd, King 4th, Colin 5th, and those are the last only cars on the lead lap. And the 6th is Finley, Green 7th, 8th is Ranger, 9 is Townley, 10th is Larson, Basham is 11th, and then 2 laps down was Kimball and Hessert in 12th and 13th. And then the last car that was still on the track was Walker Sr. in 14th, 3 laps down. So that was a great race. We will go ahead and export this. ARCA 1, Daytona. As we click done. And yeah, so that was Daytona. So there were some interesting things going on, especially that last pit stop, pit stop for those two cars. Not sure exactly why they decided to pit right then and there, but it's the computer. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me for race 1. I will be posting results, money, and everything in the Discord, so definitely join the Discord if you're not a member. If you want to join the Discord, and just PM me or just send a message in the main group chat, and I'll definitely get you the information. Thank you so much. I will